Hey, what's going on, everybody? So today I just want to show you a quick overview on how to swap out the handguard on your AR15 platform weapon. It's a very simple process. You can do it at home as long as you have a vise, barrel nut, tool, the new handguard, and a little bit of some mechanical skill, if you will. So right off the bat, this is a Springfield Armory St. Victor pistol. This is 3-inch blackout, and the one thing I hate about all firearms is the no top rail on a slim rail setup. So I went ahead and purchased a BCM, I believe it's a gunfighter. It's the same exact rail, 8 inches, but it gives me a full-length top rail. And this is going to allow me one more extra M-LOK slot as opposed to the Springfield Armory, which has this weird little half slot right here. Now before you work on any firearm, you want to make sure that it is clear, which we are. So the first thing we're going to want to do on this is we're going to want to take off all of the accessories. We have rail scales on here, our QD sling mount. So once we get all those off, we'll put those aside because they're going to be moving over to the new handrail, and then we can get to work on actually taking off the handguard as it is now. So once you get everything off, you should have your rail just like this, bare bones, nothing to it. The next step on this particular firearm is to remove or loosen these two screws here and these two screws here, which index into the barrel nut, and then this should simply just slide right off. So we're going to go ahead and get all of our parts that we took off, and we're going to put them in a bag, in a box, anything, just so we don't lose them, keep them all together because they are all going back onto this firearm. The next step is to get these suckers out, and these look like a T20, and once we do this, these should just come right out. The handguard is simply going to slide off, and then after that we're going to remove the muzzle device, the gas block, and then lastly the barrel nut. So just like that, this should simply pull right off, and it does. We're going to want to give it a little bit of a tug. Make sure you get it off, and just like that is how you remove the old handguard. And then when we release this, you'll see that this is what you have. You have your barrel nut, your gas tube right there, your gas block, which is a pinned gas block. That's important. And just like that, it's a fairly simple removal process. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to take off the muzzle device, and we're going to take off we're going to mark the gas block to make sure it goes on exactly where it came off of, mark the gas tube, and we're going to remove that barrel nut. Okay, so the first thing I like to do, it's not so important on a pinned gas block system, mark on the barrel exactly where this is going to go. So this will ensure, without a doubt, that I get the gas block lined perfectly with where it needs to go, and that way we don't have any type of cycling or gas issues. So next up, we're going to want to punch out that detent that holds in, or that pin that holds it in, and we're going to do that by putting this right into our vise here. We're going to take our mallet and our punch, and we're just going to tap that loose. Okay, well, now that we got that removed, we literally had to beat the shit out of this to get this out. So we're going to have to file this down, get the burrs off that, and then take care of our pin as well. Some of these are a huge pain in the ass. Next, we're going to try and get it off the gun. This one we were able to just wiggle it. And now you can see we are completely ready for our new handguard. So next, we're going to want to take off the barrel nut, all that juice, and we'll be good to go. So we're going to set this aside for now. So next we're going to want to take off our barrel nut. So we're going to take your barrel nut tool and some type of breaker bar. You can throw this on this here. Make sure it's fully seated in there, because this is where you can really mess things up, and you want to do this right. Okay, so we have our finished product. This is what we got. We have a 8-inch BCM handguard installed freshly onto this Springfield AR15 blackout. Got our rail scales, mod button light, backup iron sight, mod button finger stop, more rail scales on the bottom, and we have a QD socket out front just like this. And just like that, in a little bit, about an hour, you can have a swapped out handguard, and this is far better than the slim line on the top. I really appreciate having the top rail. Any comments, questions, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll get back to you.